Hey, oh, how are you? I am like my Bobcat sweatshirt. This one's not from college, but this is the college that I attended, and it's got paint on it, and that's how we're dressed today. So I wanted to jump on here. Excuse me, guys. I wanted to pop on here. I've had a couple questions come in, and I wanted to talk about those because they were questions that, while they were specific to these people, I think the answers, I think a lot of you are probably having the same questions, and so I wanted to share the answers. The first question that came in was about the stimulus. Did you get your stimulus? Did your money pop into your bank account this week? So ours came in today. We have two adults, two children, so $3,400. Hold on, I'm like, ugh, my throat's dry. So stimulus has started, the stimulus funds have started hitting accounts this week. If you have direct deposit set up for, if you've had a refund in either 2018 or 2019 from your federal taxes, then your money should direct deposit this week. So the question that came in, oh my goodness. The question that came in was, will the stimulus money be taxed as income on your 2020 taxes, or is it a tax credit, or is it coming off of your refund? How will this money be handled on my 2020 taxes? That's a good question because I've seen a lot of misinformation going around. This information, I don't have a way to, maybe I can drop the links in the comments if I remember to do that after this is all over. But the information I'm getting, money.com, Forbes.com, so there's a lot, you can just Google this information and get it. But no, the answer is that the stimulus money that you're getting from the CARES package, is it the CARES package? Anyway, the stimulus money for COVID-19 is not going to be treated as income. It is an advance on a new tax credit that is going to be on your 2020 taxes. So here's basically how it works. They went ahead and said, for everyone filing 2020 taxes, there's going to be this tax credit, the $1,200 per adult, $500 per child. We're going to go ahead and give that tax credit out as an advance now to anyone who's already filed, to anyone that we know for sure we've got their social security number. We're going to go ahead and give the advance now. So when you go to file your 2020 taxes, what you're going to see is there's going to be a place where there's going to be this credit that you received, and then there's going to be a section where it shows that you've already been paid for it, and it's going to be a wash. So it's not going to be taxed as income, and it's not going to come off of your normal refund. So you're going to see a credit and then a deduction, and it'll just be a zero on your 2020 taxes if you've already received it. Now, if you don't have direct deposit set up, and you're one of the people who, for whatever reason, they're going to send you a check in the mail, and maybe for whatever reason you don't get any of this money on your 2020 taxes, then my understanding is you would see that credit. I've got quite a few of you who have popped in here. Is it Para? Para, hi. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I'll answer them. It doesn't have to be COVID-19 or Corona related, but if you have any questions about money, that's what we're talking about today. So the first question was all about the stimulus package, the stimulus checks that are going out, and the direct deposits that I got mine this morning. That will not be taxable income. It is an advance on a tax credit. If you get the money now, then you're not going to get it with your refund, but they're not going to take it off of your normal refund. So I hope that makes sense. The other question that came in, this one came through Instagram. Yes. So this one, I have been talking a lot about if your income has been impacted, what kind of priorities you should have for. Sorry, there was a comment asking me. I don't speak French. I'm sorry. I only speak English, so I can't do this in French. Um, Let me read the question. Sorry, I get so distracted. And honestly, 5 weeks of this, I've been homeschooling and trying to run this business and run another business. And whew, it's getting to me, guys. Is it getting to you? Okay. So the question that came in was this person has a mortgage, they have a car payment, and they have one credit card payment that's kind of a big one. They do have their main income that is still coming in, but they also have a second income that is being impacted because of COVID-19. So they're thinking that their income might return to normal by summer. They're not really sure. Why? What should they do? Should they continue? They really want to pay off. Their big goal is they want to pay off that credit card and then move on to pay off their car. Should they continue doing that or not? And the advice that I gave to them, this was specifically to them, so everyone's situation is different. And here's how I'm going to say this. If your income has been impacted, or you think it could be impacted, you're in one of those industries where like you're working right now, maybe the restaurants are open and you're doing takeout, but there's a fear that maybe by summer, maybe you won't have the same income coming in. So if your income has been impacted, what we talk about, what we call it is you're in storm mode, you're in emergency mode. When there's a lot of instability and uncertainty in your income, I want you to pause all debt repayment. I want you to start making minimums. So all those big money goals where you were taking all the extra money and you're putting it towards debt, or you're taking the extra money and you were saving up for maybe you're going to do big home repairs. Everything gets put on pause when there's uncertainty and instability in your income. You just hit pause. And then we move into what we take care of the foundation, which is paying for your house, your utilities, your food, and your transportation. So you just want to make sure when things are really shaky, we just pause and make sure that our priorities are taken care of. And then when things become less shaky, we move back into whatever our goal was. So we're not going after whatever it was we were, whatever the big money goal is. What we're doing is saying, hey, I don't know what the next few months are going to bring, so I'm not going to take all my extra cash and pay off my credit card. Because guess what happens? If you take all that extra cash and you pay off that credit card, and then you lose your job and it's going to take a while to get unemployment, you don't have that cash. You might miss a house payment or a car payment, and then things start to snowball and get very, very chaotic. That's what we want to avoid. So if your income is unstable, uncertain, you're not sure what's going to happen, hit pause on everything, prioritize your spending. So you start with your shelter, your utilities, your food, your transportation, the transportation that gets you to and from work so you can go get groceries. Those are the things you're going to need. And we want to make sure that we don't lose any of those. Because if you miss a credit card payment, they don't take anything from you. You still get to sleep in your house. And I'm not saying if you have the money, I still want you to make your minimums. But if things get really tight, then we need to really prioritize how we spend. Now, maybe you're a nurse. Maybe you're in a field or you're a teacher and you know that you're just going to get paid right now. You're still working. If that's the case and there really isn't, anything on the horizon that concerns you as far as your income, keep going. Pay off the credit card. Get out of debt. Actually, you might be spending less money right now if you're quarantined at home. You're not eating out. You're not going out. You're not having parties. You're not having gatherings. I know we're spending less. So if that's the case, if your income is fine and you're not really worried that you're going to lose your job and you're in a pretty secure industry, plow forward. by all means plow forward. But this specific question, their income is going to be a little uncertain. Let's see. Hey, Cecilia, if you file together with your spouse, now ex-husband, will we receive two different deposits or only one combined for both of us? Okay, so if you filed together, so the way ours came in was one lump sum. So we filed jointly this year. We're married, and we have two children. So it all had to do with like the household, that one household filing. So I'm not sure if you would receive, since you filed together, I'm guessing that it's going to come as one lump sum of $2,400. That would be my guess. But that's a good question because I haven't seen that one come up anywhere. And it should, honestly, you may see it in your account today if you haven't checked. I'm just wondering how many people have received it. My mom was looking, she banks with a small local bank. We bank with Chase. So I was able to jump on the app with no problem. Now she banks with two small local banks. She wasn't able to log in at all this morning. So I don't know if their servers were maybe kind of bogged down because this was like at 9 a.m. So I'm just curious if there's been any hiccups there. But those were the questions that had come in. Is the stimulus going to be taxed? No, it is not taxed as income. Now, if you applied for a payment protection loan or is it the EIDL, emergency something disaster loan, so those small business loans, even the forgivable ones, I imagine that those, especially the amounts forgiven, I am going to assume those are going to be taxed as income for 2020 businesses. So we applied for the payment protection program for my husband and I because our income's definitely been impacted and we're just not sure. I mean, we're e-commerce sellers and we're just not sure what's going to happen on the horizon. So we went ahead and applied. I'm going to say when that gets forgiven, since we're just using it for payroll, I'm guessing it's going to be taxed as income. Also, due to the divorce, I closed the joint account we had. So now where does the money go? Yes, divorce does suck on all the levels. On all the levels. I am so sorry you're going through this because it's just hard. It really is. Gosh, where will it go that's a good question. And I saw someone else ask that question online and I have not found a good answer for that. Where will the money go if you have closed the account? Let me see something here real quick. Stimulus checks closed. Let's see, stimulus direct. Bear with me, guys. We do these things live. Stimulus direct deposit closed bank account. Okay, let me see what this says. This is on the American prospect.org. Regulators have given the banks green light to use stimulus funds to pay off debts. No. Maybe this isn't what I'm looking. This isn't going to be easy to find while you guys are sitting here, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not sure. I would contact your bank. I would call the bank where you closed the account and say, hey, here's what's going on. What do you know? Because they're going to have the best answer. You could probably Google it all day, but who knows if you're going to find what you're looking for, and people are wrong on the internet. I would call your bank and ask them. They might be able to, because if you didn't close it that long ago, it may reopen it. I used to work, I worked for Chase Bank, and if an account hadn't been closed that long, an incoming transaction would pop it back open. That was 10 years ago though. So don't trust me for any kind of banking regulatory advice. I would just call your bank. And again, I'm sorry that you're going through this because divorce is crappy to go through and it's got to be especially hard during a global pandemic. So my heart goes out to you because you're figuring it out. So we're here for you. Para, I have a question. My girlfriend and I have a bank account, but we broke up. How can you get your money? How bad was that breakup? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would text and say, hey, I'm gonna need you to like Venmo me that money. See if you can work it out amicably. Um, wait. So when you filed your taxes, did you have a refund go, you both were using that same account? Because you wouldn't have filed taxes together. So I'm assuming then that you both used the same bank account. Um, yeah, I would contact and see if maybe you can just work it out. And if not, um, I'm not really sure. I wish I had a better answer um, for you for that. My best advice is I don't have any good advice on that. Um, yeah, try and contact her and see if maybe she can just send you that money. What else, guys? What is coming up for you? Um, can you tell that my brain kind of just stops in the afternoon? Oh, homeschooling's hard, guys. Teaching your kids math, whew, that's not easy. I don't know how teachers do it. I really don't. Um, well, hey, if there aren't any more questions coming in today, um, it looks like most of you guys are finding this on YouTube. That's awesome. That's awesome. So head over to my Facebook page. Let me so let's see. Hold on. Let me put it up here for you. It'll be because I do little videos and things on Facebook that don't always make it over to there we go. I do things on Facebook that don't make it to YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, come join me on Facebook because that's where I post lots of useful things and tips. And then, oh yeah, and nobody's watching this on Instagram, but if you want to follow me there as well, there you go. Thanks for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. Hey, Carrie. Carrie, do you have any other questions about money? Is anything coming up that we haven't talked about? I know we've talked about the stimulus being taxable, so we're all good there. Or not being taxable. I don't want to confuse anyone. The stimulus is not taxable. All right. Para, I hope you work it out with your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. I hope you get your money. Because that would be really crappy of her to not give that to you. And Cecilia, we're here for you, man. We're here for you. You're figuring it out. That's all you can do. You can just figure it out as we go, right? This is hard. Well, I am going to grab some lunch. Unless anything, just saw this, missed all what you said, but I'm sure it was helpful. I hope it was helpful, Carrie. I think it was. I feel like I give good info. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good with money. And, oh, hey, I'm going to start rambling if I don't go get my lunch. So thank you all for hanging out. I will jump on again in the future. If you have questions, DM me. Drop them in the comments. If you're on YouTube, just drop them in the comments and I'll see them, or hit me up on Facebook or hit me up on Instagram. DM me. I love answering in real world questions. Like I can sit here all day and think like, oh, I wonder what would be helpful, but you guys can tell me what would help you. And I can answer that. 'Cause sometimes I think, no, that everybody already knows that, or, nobody really cares about that but me. And so hit me up with questions and I'll answer them on a video like this in the future. Hang in there, guys. We're getting through it. We're figuring it out. There will be on the other side of this. We're going to get there. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. Love you guys. Bye.